Good evening, everyone. You are listening to the first installment of our quick hits segment on the Ben McCoy Show. Just going to be a short little synopsis of things that I find that are interesting and want to get them out there quickly to you. This tonight has to deal with the COVID pandemic and some information that I came across that I found interesting and borders on the realm of conspiracy theory, so I'll let you decide. But the researchers at Johns Hopkins Hospital have devised a nanoparticle little machine that mimics how a hookworm attaches to the intestines of a host organism. And this little device kind of functions in the same way, where it attaches inside the body and can deliver medication or vaccines. And so the question has been asked, what if this thing could be used to deliver vaccines to those who don't want to get the vaccine? The World Health Organization has said that people with vaccine hesitancy are one of the top threats to global health. And as we all know, our governments and our pharmaceutical industries desperately want all of us to be full of their COVID vaccines. So there are some people out there asking the question, what if this nanoparticle from Johns Hopkins could be used in such a way to deliver vaccines to someone unknowing or without their consent? And what's interesting is that in their testing of their nanoparticle, they deliver the device through swabs in one of the body's orifices. Of course, nose could be one. And so the question being asked is, when they do a COVID test with a swab up the nose, I'm sure all of you have experienced this unpleasantness. What if the little nanoparticle was inserted onto the tip of the swab when the test is being conducted, and therefore injects the person with the nanoparticle that leads to them getting vaccinated against their knowledge, against their consent, against their will? What would you think about that? I'm just throwing it out there. This is something I've been chewing on and thinking about. Is this something that you think could happen? Would you put it past our leaders and our COVIDists out there? Would they do something like that? What would you think about that? Is this a possibility, or is it all just a crackpot conspiracy theory? I don't know. I want you to decide. I'm just throwing it out there. I've been thinking about it. I wouldn't put it past a lot of these people to do something like this. Obviously, there are serious ethical and moral concerns. But as we've seen, a lot of people treat those who do not want the vaccine as less than others, as a lower form of society, a lower form of humanity. A lot of people are advocating for the punishment of people who don't want to get vaccinated, or that they shouldn't be have access to services, to vital services, or to entertainment facilities like movies or whatever, just where there would be a second tier of society not able to have access to that which the vaccinated can have access to. We've already seen that. We see that. We encounter that everywhere. And there is a lot of forceful language out there about getting vaccinated, whether you like it or not. And we know this vaccine is quite problematic. It doesn't work as other vaccines work. It doesn't prevent you from getting sick. It doesn't prevent you from spreading the virus. You may just have a little bit of a less time with your illness, not as sick is what they've said if you get vaccinated. I don't see why that's not my problem. If I want to get real sick or a little bit less sick, that should be my problem. How is it my responsibility, my social responsibility, to take a vaccine that doesn't keep you from getting sick? Because if I could still spread the virus anyway, you've heard it all before. But I just wanted to throw that ethical question out to you tonight. If they developed something like this and were able to conceal this device within the realm of a COVID PCR test, when they swab the nose and then you end up getting vaccinated against your consent, against your will, how would you feel about that? There is a big push for these free COVID tests. The Biden administration wants to send to every house I don't know if they've started doing that or not. I haven't seen one, but I know that there's been a lot of talk about that, sending tests out to every house in America. Boy, wouldn't that be interesting if there was some kind of covert way to vaccinate the entire population against their will. I'm not saying they're doing it. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just throwing out, we like asking questions on this show and exploring the possibilities. Maybe it's just a crazy harebrained notion some guy came up with and I happened to see and started thinking about, or maybe not. You decide. Anyway, thank you for listening. Please like, share, subscribe, follow, and we'll see you next time on the Ben McCoy Show. God bless.